Hi, my name is Robin Wong. I'm a photographer based in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. In this video, I want to talk about the best 5 budget lenses for Micro Four Thirds system. Let's do this! One of the things that I really love about Micro Four Thirds system is the availability of many budget lens options. Now before we go to the list, let me clarify 2 important conditions on how these lenses were selected into my top 5 list. Number 1, these lenses must have autofocus. I know that we do have a lot of amazing manual focusing lens options, whether it's from the older legacy lenses or even the newer third-party manufacturers that produce lenses for Micro Four Thirds system. I just want autofocus because, hey, I've said this many times, no autofocus, no go for Robin. And condition number 2, these lenses must be priced at about 600 ringgit or $150 or below, whether you buy it new or from the used market. Do bear in mind that this list is made in no particular order of importance. So here's lens number 1, Panasonic 14mm f2.5. I just love how small and how light this lens is. And I love that it is in a pancake design. I wish we have more pancake lenses for Micro Four Thirds system. In fact, this is the tiniest lens for Micro Four Thirds system with autofocus. And it provides an equivalent focal length of 28mm, there's a wide angle coverage, and it has a bright aperture of f2.5, which is quite versatile. I just think that this is a popular focal length for street photography. If you are a street photographer, you really love this lens. You can create your own Ricoh GR3 budget alternative using this lens on a smaller Micro Four Thirds body, say for example the Olympus EPL7. And this lens, it may not give you the sharpest results or the best image quality, but it is still a solid performer. Lens number 2, the Olympus 45 f1.8. This is my favorite Micro Four Thirds lens. Although it is a budget lens, in the used market you can get one for about 600 ringgit or below. This is also my main lens for my professional shoots. It is my bread and butter lens. Over the past 10 years, when I'm shooting for jobs for my clients, this lens has never failed to deliver fantastic results. My clients are always very happy with the images coming out from this lens. I shoot product shots, I shoot a lot of people shots. I also shoot stage photography, like concerts or any theater performance. And this lens is just the perfect lens with the medium telephoto range of about 90mm equivalent, and it has the bright aperture f1.8, allowing me to shoot in low light situations. I just love this lens so much. I think that for any serious work, if you don't want to step up, say to the Olympus 45 f1.2 Pro, this budget option of the 45mm f1.8 is already more than good enough. Lens number 3, Olympus 40-150 f4 to 5.6. Do not let the small size and the lightweight of the lens and the plastic construction fool you. Do not underestimate what this lens can do. Just because it looks like a cheap lens, it is very cheap in the used market. And just because it's made of plastic, this lens is actually very versatile. It gives you a massive zoom range from 40mm to 150mm at the longest telephoto end. That's equivalent of 300mm. You can do a lot with this lens. I've brought this lens to shoot birds at Kuala Lumpur Bird Park, to shoot some animals from Kuala Lumpur Zoo. I also shot a lot of concerts or music performance on stage. Every telephoto need, as long as you need to zoom, this lens does really well. Yes, the aperture is about f4 to 5.6. It's not the brightest. You do need to bump up your ISO, but you can rely on the image stabilization on camera, and the sharpness of this lens is also very good. The image quality coming out from this lens is a lot better than what the price of the lens suggests. Lens number 4, Panasonic 12-32 f3.5 to 5.6 kit lens. You heard it right. I've included a Panasonic kit lens into the list of 5 best budget lenses for Micro Four Thirds system. We all know Micro Four Thirds, they make fantastic kit lenses, and there are 3 reasons why I selected this over the other kit lenses. This Panasonic 12-32, it starts from 12mm wide angle. You can do a lot more at the wide angle end. It is so tiny, so compact. It is the smallest form factor ever made for any kit lenses out there, and it still has built-in image stabilization, which can be really useful if you use this lens on some Micro Four Thirds bodies that do not have built-in image stabilization. Also, do not underestimate the cheap price of this kit lens. Do not underestimate how small it is. It is still capable of producing some really sharp images. If I were to just bring one lens for travel and I don't want to think so much, I'm not doing anything too serious, this Panasonic 12-32 is the perfect travel companion. And last but not least, at number 5, this is the Yongnuo 17mm f1.7. This is the only third-party lens that made it into the list of best budget Micro Four Thirds lenses. While this is a third-party lens, it is no slouch in performance. Though it is priced lower than the Olympus 17 f1.8, I personally prefer the rendering from this lens. I prefer the image output coming out from this Yongnuo 17. And 35mm equivalent focal length is a popular choice for a lot of photographers, especially doing street photography, documentary, everyday casual photography, and I just feel that this is the best compact budget option for Micro Four Thirds, with the image quality, with the versatility of the f1.7 bright aperture. This lens can give you some really good images. Before we wrap up, here are some honorable mentions. Number 1, the Panasonic 20mm f1.7. I know that it's a favorite lens. A lot of people love this lens, but I've never seen the price drop below 600 ringgit in the used market. At least here in Malaysia, it's usually 800 ringgit, 900 ringgit. That's more than 200 US dollars. That's why I didn't include it in the budget lens list. Number 2, the Olympus 17mm f2.8. Now, that is one of the oldest lenses available for Micro Four Thirds. Yes, you can get it below 600 ringgit. The price is quite cheap, but autofocus is too slow, unreliable, and the image quality, there's nothing to shout about. I would rather recommend the Yongnuo 17 f1.7 new, and at almost the same price, you get better image quality, brighter aperture f1.7, and much faster and reliable autofocus. And finally, number 3, the Olympus 30mm f3.5 macro. I remember in the past there were several cases where the price drops to 99 US dollars during Black Friday sales or one of the massive discounts, events. If you can get it at that price, there is an excellent macro lens. But in the used market or at the full retail price, I've never seen it drop below 600 ringgit. That's why I didn't include it in the list. In case you're not aware, I've made individual videos about each lens that is in the list of the best budget lenses for Micro Four Thirds. I'll put the link to the videos I've made before in the pinned comment below. You can check them out. The Panasonic 14 f2.5, Olympus 45 f1.8, the Panasonic 12-32 kit lens, the Olympus 40-150R, and the Yongnuo 17 f1.7. Do you agree with my list of best budget lenses for Micro Four Thirds under 600 ringgit or 150 US dollars? If you have other opinion, please leave them in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. If you have enjoyed looking at my photographs, or if you found my sharing beneficial, please consider buying me a cup of coffee, or you can contribute directly to my PayPal. Links in the description below on how I can do that. Any small contribution goes a long way, will definitely help me to continue making more content and publish them right here. Until the next one, please go out and take more photographs. Bye-bye!